Hello everyone, welcome to Overzealous While Logical, or OWL Reviews, where today I'll be bringing you book field analysis about the Raven Cycle books by Maggie Stiefvater. This series is 4 books, although only 3 are out right now, and I have to tell you that this review is probably going to be more feels than analysis. So I'm going to talk about all 3 books that are out right now in this review because it's pretty much impossible for me to separate my feelings after having read all the books into singular reviews. So this video is going to be longer than 5 minutes because I'm essentially doing 3 books in one. This is the first book in the series called The Raven Boys, and this is the second book in the series called The Dream Thieves. The third book, I'm going to use my fancy video editing skills to put the cover up there because it's not out in paperback, and the third book is called Blue Lily, Lily Blue. Alright, so these books are a feels explosion for me. I can't even handle it. I actually reread them to do this vlog, and I thought I would read them slower this time because I've already read them the first time, so I know everything that happens in these 3 books, and I still had to read them just as fast as I did the first time, and I can't put them down. I can never put these books down. 2 of the boys in the group end up having sort of these supernatural powers, and then Blue, the main female character, also ends up having a magical ability, and that's part of what I like about the series, is that all of the characters end up having some ability where they wouldn't be able to get as far as they do if it weren't that specific group of people. Ugh, guys, friendship! They're such good friends, all of them are just, they're great friendship, and they do so much for each other. Who doesn't want that? Every description of Ronan is perfect and amazing. Everything about how he's a weapon, or a knife, or sharp, or jagged, or just everything about it, and each word, each description just adds to your mental picture of him and his anger and his demeanor, and that's just some brilliant writing, I think, right there. So Ronan's described in all these kind of harsh ways, and then he dreams Chainsaw and takes her out of his dreams, and he's so tender with that little bird. It's adorable, and it just shows you this total other side of him that he sort of tries to keep covered, but then it sets it up so in the third book, when he's in the cave with the mirror lake with Blue and he gives her the ghost blight, it's really this kind of tender moment, and Blue recognizes it as such. Ducking his head, he pulled off his ghost blight and hung it over her shoulder. She didn't bother to say, "But you'll be waiting in darkness," nor did she say, "If I vanish immediately into the lake, you'll have to find your way out of here sightless," because he'd already known both these things when he'd given it to her. Instead, she said, "You know, you're not such a shithead." "No," Ronan replied, "really I am." And it doesn't seem unexpected because you've seen other instances of that, because let's talk about Ronan and Adam. Ronan leaving the lotion in the car for Adam's hands. I mean, come on, guys. Like, when they discover the mixtape, though, I mean, oh, I just can't. I, I don't know, I mean, when I was growing up, sharing music and mixtapes with someone was definitely how you showed that you kind of had a crush on them. So let me tell you from the olden times that Ronan definitely has a legitimate crush on Adam, even though, of course, Ronan's an asshole, so he put the Murder Squash song on the mixtape. So, Ronan and Adam. I really think that Stiefvater does a great job handling how Ronan comes to realize that he's gay. In these books, Ronan is learning so many, especially in Dream Thieves, Ronan is learning so many things about himself all at once, and a lot of them are incomprehensible. I mean, the fact that he's the Grey Warren and can pull things out of his dreams, that to me is a much more major revelation to a person, that kind of power that you have and how to use it, and learning how to use it, and then deciding if, because Kavinsky is a perfect example of using it in a terrible way to destroy yourself and as many things around you as you possibly can. And, you know, Ronan has to learn how to use that, and then in the learning he sort of figures out that maybe he likes boys instead of girls, and he sort of it's just another fact about Ronan Lynch that he learns in the course of learning other facts about himself. And then with Adam, I'm really hoping that in the fourth book he will identify himself as bisexual, because you can't deny in the first book and even into the second book that his crush on Blue is very real, and he really does like her and did like her and still does. But to me, it's very clear, especially in the third book, that he's developing feelings for Ronan. First, he's noticing that Ronan seems to be developing feelings for him, and I do think that you start to see some reciprocation. But that doesn't negate the fact that Adam had a crush on Blue. So to me, I really hope that and I don't think it should be made a big deal, but I really hope he'll identify as bisexual, because I feel that even though in YA there's an increase of the number of gay characters, we don't have as many truly bisexual characters who will identify themselves with the word bisexual. And then there's the courtroom scene. Like, I still can't handle that scene. I couldn't handle it the first time. I can't handle it now. I can't even handle talking about it. Just leave me here to die, guys. How desperately Adam wanted to cling to Cave's water. Strange as it was familiar and on his side. He had been wrong to come here alone. Why did he care if Gansey and Ronan saw this? They already knew. They knew everything about him. What a lie unknowable was. The only person who didn't know Adam was himself. What a proud idiot you have been, Adam Parrish. Now jumping ahead in the scene a little. In the hall stood Richard Campbell Gansey III in his school uniform and overcoat and scarf and gloves, looking like someone from another world. Behind him was Ronan Lynch, his damn tie knotted right for once, and his shirt tucked in. Humiliation and joy warred furiously inside Adam. Gansey strode between the pews as Adam's father stared at him. He went directly to the bench, straight up to the judge. Now that he stood directly beside Adam, not looking at him, Adam could see that he was a little out of breath. Ronan, behind him, was as well. They had run. For him. Ugh, there's just I can't even go through every scene in this book that gives me intense feelings. Alright, I'm going to try and put the feels aside for a minute so I can talk coherently again, because I actually have another reason why I think that Ronan and Adam would be good for each other. Beyond just a romantic sense, I think that they balance each other very well, because they both have these supernatural abilities that are very powerful and that have a lot of potential to be abused, and I think Adam is probably more in danger of that than Ronan is, even though I think Ronan's ability is more powerful, but Ronan is very moral, actually, and Adam has very ambiguous morals, and you see that when Welk is trampled and when Gansey talks about Kavinsky dying, Adam sort of doesn't care. He feels like they got what they deserved. He'll do what needs to be done, especially to protect his friends, which is what stops him from being an actual sociopath, because he actually can empathize very deeply and he cares a lot about his friends, and to the point where he knows exactly what to say and do to make them feel better, and not always in a superficial way, in a way that really makes them genuinely feel better. It's not just distracting them from what's bothering them. And that's not something that a sociopath can usually do. They can fake it, but they don't usually do it genuinely. And Adam, when you see things from his point of view, is doing these things genuinely. But at the same time, he wants to protect his friends so much that he will do just about anything to accomplish that. Alright, so that is my semi-incoherent review of The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, and I will probably do another video for the fourth book when it comes out, if I can even be half as coherent as I was in this video. We'll see. We'll have to see what that book has in store for us all. But in the meantime, I highly recommend that you read the 3 books that are out already, and also you should definitely follow Maggie Stiefvater on Tumblr and Twitter, because she is hilarious and a treasure, and I just get a lot of enjoyment out of following her on social media, so I also recommend that. So thanks again for watching Owl Reviews, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it and make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you'll get all my future reviews. Thanks! Bye!